to a private. I was outside, and there was this truck backing up, just all the way up the street, doing the backing up beeping sounds, starting and then stopping it at corners all the way up the street. And then I get across the street, and there's just someone hitting their lock button 100 times in a row. Like, the car isn't locked enough. They gotta lock it again to make sure. And then they gotta lock it again to make extra sure. And then they gotta lock it again to make extra sure. And just keep locking it, even though it's already locked. Right after I cross the street. That's just always happening right when I cross the street. People will be hitting their lock button 100 times for no reason. Right after I cross the street, or right as I get up to a street. And right when I walked up to my window, right when I started the video, there was a white van driving out, and he was probably a gang stalker. And just timing it with me walking up to the window, I guess. Or they're just constantly driving around, so that in case I happen to walk up to my window, I don't know. Like when I first figured this out, and I would just go outside at work and just like test it out and just walk outside randomly. And like right when I would come out the door, there'd be a white car driving by on the street. Sometimes, like not every time, but like, but it would be a gang stalker car driving by on the street. Like I'm not saying it's a white SUV. It was a gang stalker. Not that I think every white SUV is a gang stalker, but they were gang stalkers. And then every time I would take trash out to the dumpster, pretty much every time there would be a white car driving by on the street or some type of other gang stalker. And I tested it without my cell phone. And every time I would walk up to the window, there would be gang stalkers right as I walk up to the window, or right as I walk out the door, or right as I go to the dumpster, even when I don't have my cell phone. So they're not tracking you with your cell phone. Although they are. They're doing that too, you know, but like, they don't need that, you know. Like the end of The Dark Knight, when Bruce Wayne is using the cell phone frequencies like radar, that is actual technology that actually exists. There's actually an article about it. It's actually real technology that actually exists. So that's how they do it, probably. They can see everything in 3D in real time, like a video game. Like literally like a video game. Like it's literally this LARPing video game. That's how they're able to synchronize all these synchronizer things like they're doing right now. Right as I speak. With the synchronizers. What's up, they gang stalking me? Yeah, what about bugs with built-in cameras? Yep. And like, yeah. They got all of that. Like the things that DARPA, like the videos that DARPA puts out of like all the robots doing backflips and like jumping, like doing parkour tricks and stuff, and like kicking soccer balls and stuff like that. Those are probably the ones that they had back in like 1970. Those are like the prototypes. Like 1950. Like those are just like the things that they actually have that they're not showing us. That's what I'm saying. But they are in movies. They show us in movies and stuff like that. When's the next stalker gonna show up out there? Stalk me already. No, just don't. Don't stalk me. Stop. I don't know. I don't even know what I went live for. I'm just like, I just walked to the store. I just walked to the store and back. And I just get stalked all the way there every day, and it's just crazy how I'm just walking to the store. I'm just a guy walking to the store. I'm just a guy. And all these people are like looking at me weird and like scowling at me or pointing and laughing and driving by like I'm an animal in a zoo. And just like, I'm just looking around like, just every day I'm just mind blown. I just can't, I'm just or they're just smiling in my face, like they're not stalking me. They're like, "Hello." I just woke up, went to fix some coffee, and there's a cop car parked in the parking lot across from my house. Yep. Just, there you go. Just, he probably pulled up synchronized with you putting the coffee in the coffee pot, in the coffee machine. Just because you made some coffee, there's just a cop that pulled up just because you decided that you wanted to make some coffee. The AI decided to send a cop car and put it right there, right at that moment, just because you made some coffee. Like, literally one day, like, it was hilarious. Like, I just posted a picture of a lion on Facebook. That's it. I just posted a picture of a lion, and then I heard a train horn outside. And then I posted it on Twitter, and then I heard the train horn again. And then I didn't hear the train horn after that. Like, it wasn't a train coming through town, it was just a train horn. Because I posted a picture of a lion, there's a train horn going off. That actually happened. Like, just because, like, just because I, like, one night, and then one night, I talked about this before on here, but, like, one night, I was just doing laundry, or I was just, like, bagging up my laundry to go do laundry. I just had all those piles of laundry on the floor, and I bag up the last bag, and then right at that moment, like, they're always doing things right when you do the first thing or the last thing or whatever, like, they're like at work, I'll do the last thing and they'll synchronize the thing right at that moment or whatever. You know, like, I'm putting things away and I put the last thing away, and then the phone rings or someone's walking by me at that moment, or the phone rings and someone's walking by me at that moment or whatever. But I bagged up the last bag of laundry, and then there's just this loud motorcycle driving by outside, and it's like 2 a.m. And he's driving by really extremely loud just because I bagged up some laundry. You know? And some people just like to drive their motorcycles loud at night. Okay? You know? But it was just right at that moment. And it was quiet before that. For you know, like a couple hours or whatever. It's like I just walk up to my window, and just because I'm looking out my window, people are closing and opening car doors and walking out of buildings and putting on red shirts and walking out of buildings. And so maybe the gang stalkers are not human. I don't know. I think they're human. I think they act robotically because they work for a robot, literally. And I think they know what they're doing. I don't think they're body snatched. I think they know what they're doing. That's what I think. I don't know what's going on. And then I think they were setting a siren off on me today too. And just driving around for a long time with a siren. And then one night I was walking through the park at night, and I was walking on this path in the park, so there's no cars, so they make sound effects at that point. you know or they'll fly jets over me. But this fire truck was just going off for 10 minutes, a long time. And just honking the horn and everything, and just doing gang stalker sound effects. And and I can't even see the fire truck, and it is just driving around, around, it came close by, it sounded like it was close by, but I still couldn't see it, and it was gang stalking me, I swear. And it just, it'll make you a little crazy. Which is the goal, to make me crazy. Which is really sick and pathetic, if you ask me. Anybody that's involved watching this, don't you think? Like, how is that normal? How is this a normal thing to drive people crazy on purpose? That's the thing that that's the thing that gets me is like, how is this a normal thing that it's so many people involved, that is normal to drive people crazy on purpose? It's normal to act crazy and drive people crazy on purpose and then act like they're the crazy one and you're not the crazy one when you are the crazy one driving people crazy on purpose to call them crazy and gaslight them and act like you're not the crazy one driving people crazy on purpose like a crazy person. Bruh. There's a car honking right now. Honk again. They didn't honk again. And then one day there was cars honking outside, just like sometimes they'll just honk like a bunch of times. Just go, they'll just honk like crazy. He honked again right now. Is he honking at me? Honk if you're a gang stalker. He didn't honk again. I guess he's not a gang stalker. He probably is a gang stalker. that's just that's just my daily life is just there's cars honking at me through my apartment window. The loud motorcycle at 2 in the morning happens to be also the loudest thing I've ever heard. They get like really obnoxiously loud sometimes. Like it's just like I don't know. It just sounds crazy out there sometimes. It's like I don't understand, bro. Why? Somebody explain to me why I am targeted so hard. And then apparently nobody else in town is. And if they get gang stalked, it's not like, I don't know. Like I said, just like every time I hear the train horn, it's just synchronized with me. Me. Just me. There goes sound effects, I think. I don't know. Like, what's so special about me? I don't understand. Dude, what's going on? Like, and then it's like, do they only target like special people, or do they target like just random, they just pull random names out of a hat and target random people too? Like, I know they target people that, like, obviously they target people that are like a threat to the system or whatever. But do they just like pull random names out of a hat sometimes too, and just randomly experiment on people? Or what? Like, why am I being targeted? Like, not only targeted, but stalked by 1,000 people every day. and and stalking me in the stupidest manner possible. Just stalking me with car doors opening, closing, car alarms, and dog walkers. It's crazy. Like, they're just stalking me out here right now the whole time I'm talking. Driving cars around and parking in the parking lot and getting out of cars. Synced up with cars driving out and people walking up, people synced up with other people walking up, synced up with cars driving out. Just any combination of synchronizer things that you can synchronize. It's just a bunch of synchronized clowns juggling synchronized. Riding out on white unicycles in their red clown shoes. Synchronizing. Synchronizing. Like, yeah, what are you doing today? I'm gonna go out synchronizing, and I think I'm gonna go to the bar later, and then maybe when I go home, I'm gonna synchronize again. I don't know. What about you? Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go synchronizing too. I just got a new red synchronizer shirt. I haven't synchronized in it yet. I'm gonna go synchronize in it tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Like, that's just what people do, is just go synchronizing. I guess. I guess that's what people just do, is just go synchronizing and go and sync on people. Apparently. There's a UPS truck syncing up with 2 other cars. Just every time I see the UPS truck, he's got to sync up with something. I can't ever see an unsynced UPS truck ever again in my life. I can't see an unsynced mail truck. I maybe never have seen an unsynced UPS truck ever in my life. I don't know. I can never see an unsynced mail truck. I can never see an unsynced police car. I can never see an unsynced ambulance or fire truck, I think. I don't think I've ever seen them unsynced either. Maybe. I don't know. Well, the other day I saw a cop that I don't I don't think he was synchronizing. So maybe there's one good cop that's not a syncerhead. But I feel like if you're not a syncerhead cop, they're gonna syncer on you, or they're gonna kick you out of the cop gang. Like every cop is a gang stalker, probably. There you go with the white SUVs and a guy getting in a car at the same time, and then another white SUV syncing up with the other white SUV that synced up with the other white SUV. And then there's gonna be another white SUV when the guy that got in the car takes off. Probably. He hasn't took off yet. Well, this white car came around the corner, synced up with another car going around a corner. So that happened. It's like you'll be watching one car waiting for it to do a thing, and then they'll do another thing. And then that car will do a thing. But it's not the thing that you thought it was going to be. Or whatever, like. Then sometimes you know exactly what's going to happen, and then it happens exactly like you thought it had happened. Because you see it every day, because it is happening every day, because it is reality and it's not mental illness. And it's disgusting to say that it is mental illness when it is reality. It is reality. Go look at all of my videos. Go look at one of my videos. Go look at 5 minutes of one of my videos. It is happening. There's a white truck driving out with someone walking by. And a red car drove out at the same time. And the white truck drives out on the street. And right at that moment, I heard like this over there in the apartment next to me. I don't know if that was a gang stalker thing, but it was right as the white truck going around the corner. I just heard this. And then they're syncing up with more cars and white cars driving out, synced up with the synced up cars. They're syncing up more cars driving out, driving by on the street, synced up with each other, syncing up, stalking me, looking out of my apartment window from the perspective of looking out of my apartment window, syncing around corners of buildings. It's the whole systematic video game, LARPing video game of people driving around corners of buildings from the perspective of my apartment window to stalk me, to drive me crazy. Thought I heard a siren going off. So here comes a white truck, and he turns right as the white SV drives out. And then he turns again right as the white SV goes around the corner. And he parks. And then his motorcycle drives out right when he backs up. And then he stops again right as the motorcycle goes around the corner. Oh, he didn't stop yet. Alright. But they're gang stalking. Again. Still. To this day. Do you know how crazy that is? To just look out my window. Like, do you know how crazy you are for participating willingly in this, if that's what's going on? And then, like, if there's people forced to do it, like I was watching Eagle Eye, the scene where the mom is like, or like the girl character, you know, she gets the phone call and then they're like, your son is gonna die if you don't do this or whatever. And then she has to drive the car and do what the robot tells her to do. Like, is that what's going on? Is that why people have to synchronize? Or are they getting gift cards to synchronize? Or is it both? Some people is one, some people are the other. I think it's both. There's just all these people walking out at the same time right now. I don't know. It's like I don't know who's gang stalking, who's not right now. But like all these people just started walking out at the same time, like a bunch of people. Well, this guy's got one hand in his pocket. I bet he's syncing up. Like yesterday, I walked by this house, and this kid just had one. This child had one hand in his pocket, and he's just staring at me. And when I'm just walking down the street, and I look over, and I just see this boy staring at me. Like you can see like the look in his eye, like he's gang stalking me by the way that he's staring at me. You know, he's just looking at me, like like a with like a straight face. You know, like you know, like looking at me with a serious look on his face, with his one hand in his pocket, and just walking by the corner of the house, looking at me. And doesn't even know what the hidden hand means, probably, you know? This is a child. I'm gonna end it there.